Welcome back to another video. My name is Jay, and I am no longer a Turo All-Star Host here in New York City, and I'm okay with that. I don't think All-Star status really did anything per se, because I was already competitive in my market when it came to my vehicles. And maybe for other states or other markets, maybe All-Star does matter. And even in my market, like I did a search today, and you're supposedly be pushed up on the pages as your for your vehicles. And the All-Star host in my area just, it was like third or fourth on the listing on the first page. So it's like, I mean, to me, it just didn't seem like it was worth it. But in other markets could be different. Now, I will say that in my market, I think a lot of hosts lost All-Star host or power host. Power host is when you have, I think, over 5 vehicles. So that definitely affected a lot of people this time around. I will say though that I missed it, I think, because 2 people didn't leave a review or rated my vehicle, which is, it is what it is, right? You can't expect everybody to leave a review, and some people choose not to. They wait until something bad happens for them to feel like, okay, I need to let others know that this and this happened. So it is what it is, and maybe we can get it back the next time. I believe it is April, where they'll do the assessment again. But it is what it is. Like, you got to keep going. Your business still has to function, so we keep going. So one of the things that I mentioned, I think, in one of my earlier videos was that I started with one Tesla, which is the 2023 Model 3, and then I got the blue 2021 Model 3, which is this one. We're heading to the car wash because it's going out tomorrow, and the gray one is it's out right now. I started with unlimited miles. Now, a lot of people online, you'll see, no, don't offer unlimited miles because people are going to take advantage of it. And don't get me wrong, people did drive far. I think the furthest was to Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. But the way I look at it is, traditional rental car companies, they offer unlimited. So if I'm going to rent a car, I don't want to have to worry about the miles, like if I'm driving it or not. Like, I want to just use the car, I want to drive. So that's kind of like my first thought on it. And I get why other people won't put unlimited miles, because of the depreciation, especially if you're buying a brand new vehicle like I did. You already, lose a chunk of it just from driving it off the lot. And on top of it, you're gonna add, all these miles on it, which that 2023 Model 3 already has like 34,000 miles. Which, yeah, that's a lot of miles. So the question is, do you stay with unlimited miles and have that train of thought that I do, where people just want to drive the car, or do you put a limit on it? Now, as a caveat, for this January, I did change it. I put limited miles, so I believe it's like 200 miles a day. And I decided to try it because, number one, it's January, so it's dead, right off the bat. So I wanted to try it out, and then I know once the weather starts picking up, in that it gets warmer, then there's obviously more bookings. So I want to see what happens these first quarter, January to March, and see how the car gets booked. I also put dynamic pricing, because for the 2023 model, I had my own pricing on it. And they got booked, sure. But I wanted to see what happens if I took unlimited miles and I let Turo decide the pricing of it. And see if there's any real difference based on that. I still go in and adjust my pricing, especially last minute, because I do get a lot of last minute bookings versus like kind of a week or two ahead. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm still on the fence. I still think that you should be able to just drive the car, unlimited miles. Now, granted, perhaps there's more risk because you're driving it further and you're on the road a lot more versus if you limit it, it might just sit somewhere. But the cars just sit anyway. When I started this Turo car sharing business is when I realized, like, oh my gosh, cars really just sit around and do nothing. And why not just have cars, rented out all the time and make you money, and you're able to drive it, when you need to. I'd love to know your thoughts about the whole unlimited mileage when you go rent a car and Turo. And if you just think that limiting the miles based on your experience is the best idea. So those are my thoughts as we sit in traffic and the car drives me to the car wash, and we'll get this car cleaned up. We'll try to take pictures today. This will be the first time I take pictures 24 hours before. I usually like to do it day of, but hopefully we get back in time where there's still sunlight out. It's still kind of gloomy, but there's still daylight out.
Oh my God! That boy Janae is a monster.
We made it to the car wash after a brutal traffic jam. But we're here. We're getting the mats clean finally. Last time, I think I had said, because there was so many cars, you just couldn't clean the mats or whatever. But we got them now. And I think we'll have time to take pictures today and prep for tomorrow. And we'll be good to go. So let's get it. Car wash is done. Now we're gonna go take pictures. They cleaned the mats beautifully, so super happy about that. And let's go get these pictures done.